Hello folks, this is Tom from anti-proton.com. Ruggles Mine, New Hampshire, been there, got the t-shirt apparently. But anyhow, it was an interesting experience. It's a fun little mine where you can take like your family or whatnot, and you can mine minerals and so on. Of course, you know me, I showed up with piles of radiation detection equipment like this Ludlam Model 12 and 44-2 scintillator, Polymaster, gamma spectroscopic dosimeter, Geiger counters galore. I even bought this Bejewel Research Gamma Spectacular so that I could do like gamma spectroscopy right in the side, and I have civil defense right on it, connectors from IRAD Incorporated, you name it, I had all this stuff. I'm like a mobile nuclear physics laboratory. I showed up right there to do all this stuff, right? I paid my 25 bucks, and then all of a sudden my Polymaster went off right in the middle of the gift shop because they have, you know, uranium in the gift shop apparently. And they were like, "What is that?" I said, "What's what?" And they're like, "Is that a Geiger counter?" "This? No, it's a gamma spectroscopic dosimeter." And they're like, what the hell's that?" And what it boiled down to is, does it detect radiation? Yeah, I kind of figured that was where that was going, so I didn't want to say anything, but I don't want to lie because I try to keep my integrity somewhat high. And they're like, "You can't have it. You can't take any radiation detecting stuff down there." And I was like, so it turns out they won't let you take it down. Apparently it's like cheating or something stupid like that. I tried to bribe them. My integrity's not that high. So I tried to bribe them. I thought, you know, you guys are making money. This isn't like, you know, something official. This is a company. I can bribe a company. Who cares about bribing a company? That's what they're there for. It's like dealing with a car. So I was like slapping out the money, you know. Didn't matter. They weren't budging on it. I came to find out right afterwards it was just a regular employee, and of course they can't do anything. Obviously I would need like the owner who wasn't there, so I ended up screwed. So all that crap, all that equipment I brought with me, I couldn't use any of it there. Oh my god, I was so pissed. But rules are rules, and I'm not going to smuggle something in there because that violates my like code of ethics, etc. But oh my god, I thought about doing it. Anyway, moral of the story, I was forced to use my skills, and apparently I actually have some because I spent a lot of time doing mineralogy. I've researched it a lot. I've actually taken some classes in high school with it and everything like that. I was pretty good at mineralogy. They actually offer mineralogy in my school, geology, mineralogy, so I knew about all that kind of stuff. And I lived in Maine for years, so I know kind of what the local geology looks like. And I knew where to look for what I was looking for, and I also was allowed to bring a blacklight. Why did they let you bring a blacklight in? Anyway, nobody could find any uranium down there, but I found it, and I made sure I took every single person in the whole frickin' mine past it and showed all over where the uranium was, so haha, suck it. Anyway, I hit the gift shop, because like I told you, I suck, I can't help it. I bought some calcite, and I bought some other stuff. Yeah, I like suck when it comes to gift shops. I'm just shelling out the money, so I'm like bankrupt now, but that's okay. One quick apology in the video. I jerk the camera like this when I'm holding it, apparently. I don't even have the slightest idea how to hold a video camera. I used to be a photographer, and I was really, really good at photography. Actually, I was damn good at photography. I absolutely suck at videography. The camera shakes all over the place. So I apologize in advance for what you're going to see. Please don't be all like, you know, oh, whine, complain. I'm apologizing. No need to comment. Duh. Oh, one other thing, if you decide to go to Ruggles Mine, it's an amazing place. Bring a paper mask for your mouth for the dust. Bring safety goggles for your eyes when you're hammering stuff. Bring a black light, the biggest one you can, so you can find uranium. It's there, trust me. Bring a flashlight, and if I were you, I'd bring a hammer and a chisel too, and some earplugs. And that's what you, oh, and sunscreen. I got barbecued the first day, but I came back with 100 SPF for the next day, so I'm good to go. So let me shut up now, and you can watch my video. Oh, and in the details section, I'll have links to times that you can jump to where you can see the uranium a little bit better. You can click there and go right to it if you're really not, if you don't have a lot of time. So until then, here we go. Alright, I am 22, maybe 23 miles from civilization, driving in the back roads of New Hampshire. But I saw a sign for Ruggles Mine a little while back, so we'll see. There's some cars out. Every now and then one of them passes me. Mile 23. Well, here comes some cars. So there are people. It's not like I'm in the middle of absolute nowhere. But, yeah. It's quite a drive out here if you want to get to Ruggles Mine, but by God, it's worth it, I think. Well, we'll know soon if my childhood memories are confirmed. Well, basically put, this road is supposed to have been made with pieces of the mine, probably tailings, and I think that's true. I was checking some rocks over here, but my counter's on 100 right now, so we're looking at 0, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, and if you see when I get close to the road, I can hit 10,000 counts per minute, which is nearly the same as my check source on the side. My check source is a Cesium-137 check source. So as you can see, to illustrate that, let me stand back a bit, put it in times 10, so now we're looking at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and as I approach the road, it maxes out. There's various places where it maxes out. Like right here is really hot. Oh, here comes the car. And you see we're over 10,000, 12,000 counts per minute on the road. So, it's hot being anywhere near the mine. Let's check this one last little rock over here. Nothing much. Definitely the road. Let's get out of here. Alright, so we're entering the mine. Maybe I can get some better videos today than I did yesterday. And you go down this hole here. Nice gusts of wind, which is good. It keeps the radon from building up. Oh, this place has been pretty picked clean for uranium. But I did find some yesterday. And as you can see, the whole area is a huge quarry with several galleries cut into it, some tunnels that you can go through. Quite impressive in the center column, which has the sign on it. It says, "Please do not hammer pillar." Well, duh. Only a fool would do that. Anyhow, let's see if I can get it all in from the video. Okay, so here's the road going down the middle, and that road is coming from here. So it goes down here, and you see the walls. There are the walls. You can be slower with my camera. There's the main pillar, which they're somewhat famous for. There's a gallery right there that has water in it. But anyhow, so let's go on down here. As you can see, the floor is just, ground is just littered in mica. Every square inch is mica. Let's go down here and see what we can find. Up here against the walls, you can see there's feldspar. And I'm wearing SPF 100 today, thank God, after yesterday. As you can see, if you get right up against the walls, there's mica. There's mica right here. I'm sorry, not mica, I'm sorry, quartz. Quartz. Feldspars right here, mica. What the hell I'm saying? And as you look down here into what are effectively tailings, although not quite, they're not like uranium tailings, they're just rock. You see a good mixture of both igneous and metamorphic rocks. A lot of what I'm looking at right now is actually igneous. There's plenty of metamorphic down here too, and whatever the hell that is. But anyway, there's mica. There's biotite and muscovite down here. Interesting. And then just rock walls over there. So let's go and see if we can find some interesting minerals anywhere. Pretty sure we can find something. Alright, so what we have here is a piece of feldspar. You can see the cleavage in the feldspar. Cuts nicely. Quartz. And then this is hornblende, I think. It's probably hornblende. I can't get a good enough view on it to tell if it's squirrel or not, which is a form of tourmaline. A lot of people say squirrel, I say squirrel, so whatever. Because the cleavage pattern can't be determined. But I'm going to break it and find out. All three of these together ironically normally make granite, but not usually when they're in veins like this. And as you can see, there's another vein of it right here actually on this rock. And look at the biotite mica. So we're going to break this right down the main cleavage point right here and see what happens. So we'll do that next. Alright, now as we look here, we have, you can find these lying around in many places. This is a piece of Muscovite mica. It's actually pretty thin. It's called a book of mica. Well, this is small enough it may not be a book, but typically these are called books of mica. Look at this little guy right here. But mica is in everything around here. Besides the Muscovite mica, there's also Biotite mica, which is kind of a black color. I don't know if you can see it well or not. This is Biotite mica, a book of it. You can see why they call it a book. So Biotite, Muscovite. I switch them in my head sometimes. You can find some large pieces of it. When I was here back in the 90s, I found huge pieces of it, which you may have seen in my videos before. Huge pieces. They've been picked through, so we'll see. A quick look on the ground where nobody's looking. We'll show you when washed off it would be a nice piece of Biotite mica. Nice piece. Alright, I believe this is a metamorphic rock, although I've always studied igneous rocks and not metamorphic. I've really never cared too much about metamorphic, but I believe this is a metamorphic rock made of mica. There's plenty of it sitting around here. Doesn't it look a lot like, what is that stuff called, graphite? Of course it's not graphite. The cleavage pattern is completely wrong. The shape of it, every piece of it's completely wrong, except for the luster, of course, looks like it. But well, it's not going to scratch that. It's made of the same thing. Although, ironically, we could probably break off a nice slab of this, because we know the cleavage is underneath here, and this breaks in sheets. So, we're going to see if we can break off a large piece of this rock right here, just because. I mean, this should break like this because it has some mica as its base. Well, I think so. I believe it's a metamorphic rock made of mica. And I've already found my first piece of what's probably uranium, but I'm not sure about it yet. We'll see. Alright, so we're in basically a man-made gallery, and as you can see the formations all the way down there. This is straight up uranium country right here. See the feldspar? And then the feldspar has occlusions over here with things like mica and stuff in them. And the uranium's kind of in here. And I'll show you right where it is. If you can see from this black light, which the spectrum might not pick up right, but see the uranium? See how it becomes visible when the black light goes over it? You're seeing the effect of fluorescence. Well, it's not radioluminescence. Fluorescence is a result of uranophosphates. And you see in this rock they're not, and in this rock they are. And I've already gotten good samples of this, so we'll be taking this out of the mine, but this will be a hot place right here. Can't even imagine the dose rate off of this, but I'm sure it's pretty high. This right here would break off easily if somebody wanted to sample. But I don't want to sample, I already have some. But as you can see, this entire area is going to be completely filled with this stuff going all the way up here. But not so much over there. The ceiling for sure. So now we have a ceiling. The ceiling, not over there though. You see that metamorphic rock? And then you see there's some igneous rock in here too. Where the two of them converge is where you're going to find the uranium. Interesting. But yep, it pays to be able to spot it with your own two eyes when you can't use a scintillator. Uranium. Yay, uranium. As you can see from the geology, there is what looks to be metamorphic rock kind of bursting out right up there. It's all over the place. Where the two meet that you find the best stuff. Not bad. Please do not climb. And then of course there's another tunnel which heads to the next part. Most of this stuff that you're seeing here, these colorations, a lot of it are caused by mica getting screwed up by the water. And of course, the water's going to kill absolutely any and all phosphates. which is just pissing me off because I like phosphates. But anyhow, be careful with some of those ledges though. Not all that stuff's on too terribly securely. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody dying, but you never know. Might want to wear a hard hat. But let me grab my stuff and get going. I found a tunnel. It's actually just not really a tunnel, but right here is more uranium phosphate. I don't know if you can see it or not. But again, this must be mica. Oh, pardon me, could you put your flashlight in there for 1 second? Do you mind? Yep, that's exactly what I thought.
What is it?
Biotite mica formed up against feldspar.
Oh, okay.
Watch what happens when you cut your light off.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't touch it. But
What is that?
uranium.
Uranium? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, light kills it. But, yeah, see?
Oh,
Uranium. Wow. Not very much, but there it is. I figured this was the right area to find it. There's some more.
Oh, it's the shiny stuff.
Well, see, wherever you see the mica that's black,
Yeah.
and then you see it forming up against the feldspar, which is white, and then you see this orange stuff. I can't remember what that is. When those two come, or those three come together, you typically find this.
The uranium?
Yeah. Well, this particular type of uranium, there's actually more of it around here, but they wouldn't let me bring my good equipment in, so I'm having to spot it, so I'm sort of limited to what I can find.
Yeah.
Only the uranyl phosphates, which is like this guy.
Oh, wow.
Similar to autunite.
So you're like the first person we've talked to that knows anything about rocks here.
Oh, I don't know anything about rocks. I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't, so we should.
Yeah, I know. We
probably.
stayed at the Hollow.
Okay, apparently this place right here just got blown out recently. And there's piles and piles of material down here to go through. That's over by the tunnel. So far, I found enough mica and quartz to fill like 3,000 trucks. Not too much else. Still a hell of a lot of fun though. And I have found some good stuff. What I'm looking for mostly is apatite and uranium. So we shall see what's in one of these piles. These piles offer a great chance to find stuff because you can dig through them and find some amazing stuff. And hell, if you like quartz, you're in luck. You could build a house of it. But look for the darker stuff. Inside that you'll find things you might be, or that you might find interesting. And there's mica everywhere. Huge, huge, huge sheets of mica. Just truckloads of it. But we will see what we can find here in the mine. Okay, so we've come back up again. Here's another, I think it's a gallery, not a tunnel. Depends on how big it is inside. You kind of get up here. I want a burger and a soda. I'm gonna get that in a little bit. Sorry, I redid all these videos. I went too fast the first time. Look at those geological formations. You expect a bird to come flying out of that. So what's going on? As you can see, there's feldspar everywhere. Let me take off my sunglasses. Let's go over the walls here and see what we see. Feldspar in the ground. It tells the secret that that's actually just lichen. You see, look in the ground to get a good idea what's actually there. Please do not climb. Yeah, trust me, I'd love to climb that, but get in trouble. Now, are there any obvious places for uranium? Let's see. What is an obvious place for uranium? Well, that wall right there is an obvious place for uranium. See? Yep, there's uranium. Uranium. And, oh, shit, more right there. Alright. Oops, trip and fall here. Alright, so here we are. We're inside of a gallery. And you can see those rocks look a little less secure than I would like them to be. before you was a pond fed by a natural spring. I don't see... I see some places that could be uranium bearing in here. But right over here there might be some. But I've already found plenty. Like right up in there's probably some. Actually, that looks like Muscovite Mica, so maybe not. But this place has an amazing geology. There's a lava rock over there. I could break some off if I wanted, I guess. Let's go down here and look at the water. That could be more interesting. This water is fed by a spring, apparently. I thought they piped it on in down here. Most places it's fed by a spring. I'm pretty sure you can find some uranium over there, based on what I've seen. And I was over there yesterday and saw some. So let's leave our stuff behind. Or throw it in the water. Let's throw it in the water. And let's go across here and see if we can get ourselves, at least look at a sample of uranium, because I know there's some over there. I saw it yesterday. I was trying to remember what it was. I remembered about that, and that was it. I wish I could take a little boat in here. There's nice echo. 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 Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so I'm going to now walk across these rocks and somehow not fall in. Doesn't matter if I do, it's not really a big deal, but just kind of suck a little. There we go. Now I'm in this little area. And if I recall, there was uranium over here someplace. There's my gear right over there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And where did I see the uranium yesterday? It was on some of these walls. There's some. Right there's a little. Right there. You see the green? God, this black lighting working too well. See where I told you? Right up the mica. Follow the mica, the biotite mica, straight to the uranium. It's right here in the walls. So you could just mine yourself some uranium if you wanted. I did that yesterday. It's a pain in the butt. I'm not going to try any more of it today. But I'll take some photos of it regardless. It's quite interesting though. Alright, so what we're up against here is some basalt. Basalt. No, that's not a form of seasoning. It's lava rock. An inclusion of lava. Actually, I don't think it's called an inclusion. I think it has a different name. I can't remember. Like an incursion. Neat though, isn't it? Lava. I'm going to grab a sample of it. See if it's radioactive like the quantum pendant, which of course is made of lava. So we can probably get a good sample and see. Alright, we're at the very end of the mine. Nice scenic view. New Hampshire. There's a roadway down there. And there's the mine back there. So far, so good. Okay, so here we go. We are sitting here in the hotel, and I've got a piece of tissue paper over top of my blacklight to try to diffuse this so you can see it, although you probably can't. Here, I think I might need to just pull that off. Getting this to show on the camera is like basically impossible. But it's there, just trust me on this. Let me see if I can get in here and you can see the shiny parts that reflect back. This is all glowing a beautiful green color. It's autunite most likely, or some kind of uranophosphate. And anything that's touched it, for example this face mask, I put it in to protect it as I brought it up from the hills. All of that's completely contaminated. And it's radioactive, but not very radioactive. The polymaster is having a pain of a time actually seeing it, but of course the polymaster was also calibrated when I was at the mine, so God only knows how high of a sample it needs. Well, it goes nuts for the detector. I'll tell you one thing though, let Remember I told you about the Geiger counter detecting it? Well, that was not wrong. Let's cut the light on. There it is. Alright, so there I am over the hottest piece. 562 counts? Yeah, that's definitely radioactive. But anyway, not very strongly though. Not too strongly. I have another piece over here that's a little hotter. But, there you go. So I'm going to keep sifting through my samples and see what I got. Okay. Once I found out I couldn't bring my detector in with me, I became worried that maybe I might not find a piece of uranium in the mine, which would utterly suck. Now I did find some, so that's okay. But just to make sure nothing like that happened, I went ahead and bought a piece so that I at least would come back with something, right? Okay, so here we are at 1,000 counts per minute. And we are at... I can't even read that, can you? We are at 0.3, let's move it like this. We're at 0.03 microsieverts per hour. I'll put this Geiger counter right here and we'll say that we're at 38 counts per minute. So let me show you the piece that I purchased. Quick. When I put it in the middle of the thing here, we immediately jump up. Man, that's already hard over. Who wouldn't know that the scintillator would be hard over? So we're at times 100, so we're at about 8,000 counts per minute. Alright, I bought this tiny little piece. It is gumite mixed with probably metatorbonite or something like that. Torbonite? Yeah, it's hard to say. Get an idea what the rate is on this guy. First thing is first. I have cables everywhere. Let me pause. Okay, unpause. Now you see we're in the times 100 mode. So this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, right? Then we max the scale immediately. So we're going to switch to times 1,000. So 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500,000. $200,000 counts per minute. 240. Not bad. That right there is a significant little sample. Let's see what it gets on the on the Geiger counter. Alright, I'll put this here. Put this over top of it. Now I'm getting alpha, of course, too. So the reading will be ridiculous. 72, 69, pretty hot. Just gamma. Of course, the Geiger counter blows at gamma. Doesn't even touch the scintillator when it comes to gamma. Not even close. Alright. And now let's get a reading of our dose rate via the Polymaster. Go, Polymaster, go. Go, Polymaster, go. I always take a lot of flack for that. Oh, crap, I got my check source right there. Okay, we're back without the check source. I don't want the check source there because that could throw it off a little bit. Not much, but 8 microsieverts per hour. That's not really too much. But anyhow, let's see what a spectrum looks like from this. And pause this. Okay, so here we are getting ready to do a spectrum using the spectrometer here at 930 counts per second. Holy crap. Alright. Spectrum accumulation, go baby go. Let's see what we get. I'm already pretty sure of exactly what I'm going to see, but you know, what the hell. There we go. That's uranium. right there, 609. Bismuth 214 primary. It's probably actinium. Protactinium, bismuth 214. Probably a sun peak or something. Into the leads. Yep, straight uranium. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Stop accumulation. Let's see what the quick identifier thinks. Gets my check sources in about 30 seconds. Let's see. It's nice to have a mobile nuclear physics lab. Norm, bismuth 214. Well, that's right. It's picking up that big peak. See if it picks up anything else. Watch how the autoisotope identifiers tend to get incorrect stuff. That's why you have to have a little bit of skill to go along with them. Lead 214, that's correct. So far we're doing pretty well. Not bad for 40 seconds. Of course, it's a hot piece. Still can't believe I can't take my Geiger counter into the mine. Oh my god. That's so terrible. Well, that's probably good enough. I'm pretty sure we know what we're getting. Well, an interesting place. Looks like wild lavender growing. Probably should be. Oh yeah, that smells like lavender. There's a bumblebee right there getting some wild lavender. That's what you get up north. And cattails over there. Those big things called cattail. Alright, let's go get some Chinese food.